It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if he can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And this one's incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they got something good going there. They think those numbers are going to increase.
But he's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 14 more yards. Rodgers going to throw. He'll go right back to Tunyon. Touchdown! Robert Tunyon from 4 yards out. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From way up at the 23. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. At their own 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And going right back to Walker. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Seahawks. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Smith. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. He lets it fly for Lockett. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 34 yards. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee. And that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Rolling to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Smith. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 31, Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And again, it's Rodgers. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the giver. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Myers' kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down.
The Packers, first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. To throw, it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. To throw is Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take any away.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. That'll get him to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
3/4 Packers have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Seahawk territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And some room to maneuver. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 41 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A.J. Dillon from 8 yards out. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Crosby connects on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Touchdown. Here's Crosby to kick it away. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, given 14.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Geno now to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 33. 23 yards the pickup there. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
This is the tight end fan. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith leaves it for Penny. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Geno. They'll set up the screen to Dallas. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Smith now to throw. Flushed out right. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Geno Smith taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him start to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there, and in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
Important extra point up and through, so it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken from about the 12. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
Now will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Watson making the catch. Room here to run. And he's got this down to the 35. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. To throw is Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
First down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Rodgers. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Rodgers to throw. And this one is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The kick by Crosby is good, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And, partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Smith. Going deep for Walker. And this is going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide. So it's the Seahawks who are going to get the first crack at things. They'll possess it to start things off here in overtime. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they said, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the gun, it's Walker. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. On 2nd and 15 now. Smith, flush through, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. Now Geno. Oh, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. overtime. Gigantic play by this defense, Charles. So they came back in the fourth quarter, took the momentum into overtime, and now they take the football.
And how do you think the team that just threw the pick feels right now? They surrendered the lead, got to overtime, had a chance to redeem themselves, and now they put the game in jeopardy with another pick. And guess what? Their defense has to hold.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. But quickly out wide, this is Watson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the play.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the Pack up on 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. Pass complete, Tunyon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
An inside give to Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And there'll be some happy cheeseheads tonight as the Packers have won the game. Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time. And let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.